So today we got a pretty interesting spectating random. We're going to talk about a lot of various topics, but when it comes to players, you're going to see the average player that's playing Warzone at the moment. It obviously heats up a little bit, get towards the end of the match with some crazy riot shield, camping rat suit or whatever. You guys see it all play out. And if you like the video, make sure you like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Enjoy the gameplay. Forward to, I think, with the next COD that I'm excited for. And I'm looking forward to. I think one of the biggest things that I've missed doing in this game for a couple different reasons is, you know, playing with my friends playing the game. I don't know a ton of people that are playing regular pubs. And the ones that I do, like, they don't play pubs. They primarily play ranked, which kind of throws things out of whack. And I'm sure you guys got some people like that tried the game and then they haven't been back. And that was like your dedicated crew. Because I know when I'm online, pretty much the only people that I see online are the streamers that I have. And I mean, it does make sense. There are some like solid, nice things that they've done with the game over the past 9 months, a year. But it just doesn't, it's missing that luster. This guy dead. Holy. Got bomb drone. Yeah, let's go to the default. When you can't win a gunfight, you go with the bomb drone. Ah, it didn't work, bro. Get your plate in. Now see what you're going to do with this TAC-M. You're going to get smoked, bro. Just get out of there. Just get out of there. MX9, not too bad, though. But you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people get caught up on just the movement. They're like, oh, you know what? The movement, the slide canceling. And I think that's kind of low if you actually look at all the different things that this game struggles with. I think it's really just the restrictiveness of everything. The slow animations when you pull out a streak, the weapon swapping, the reload, the reload delay, the, you know, reload canceling animation. You cannot cancel it. And there's a lot of other things with that. What is this guy doing? Just chilling, waiting for him. But there's a lot of other little things. So the restrictiveness is huge. That was way better in Verdansk, and then it got improved up and through Caldera. So I think, like, even if there wasn't slide canceling, which there's not, but in the new game, there's going to be, and when it gets integrated, we'll talk a little bit about that. But I think there's a lot of the restrictiveness is really the problem, right? Even how they changed the way some things work. There's a lot of contracts that they haven't brought over, whether it's Big Game Bounty or a few other contracts that are like that. They just haven't brought them over to the game. And even recons, they repurposed, but you know, why not have both systems, right? Obviously, they're trying to innovate and do something. But like recons are kind of whack in the way this game's built. There's no contract multiplier, so doing multiple contracts isn't rewarded the way you would want it to be, right? Okay, you're gonna make a move for it. You got your loadout over in the middle of the field. You could actually get the loadout and then dip out. But what's you gonna do? Could probably hit the buy station, could have got some plates. I know they're a little bit wary, somebody's in the area, but I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Occupation scan, you better get down when it happens. But there's a lot of those things that just make the gameplay loop a little bit harder, especially when you want to play with friends. Even though the looting is a little bit more plentiful, especially than it was at the beginning of the game. Like, the fact that the contract thing is so hard, you can't like bank contracts. Oh, we got some moves on him. And somehow didn't aim after. You still gotta aim, bro. Like, get your aim on target and you'll be fine. Holy, okay. This guy is looking a little bit better, but we'll see. That was their first kill. They haven't played it yet from the fight. They could grab the vest. They haven't grabbed the vest. This is another skill that sometimes people struggle with is how fast you can loot. And this guy is taking the scenic route, rather. You could have picked up the nade because your nade spot's empty. And you still haven't played it. That's okay. I get sidetracked, true. I'm not like 100% flawless in my gameplay either, but it's easy to notice when you're really looking for the flaws, right? You could spot anything. And even if it was a really good player, you could be nitpicky about some of those things. All right. Looting. Still need a plate. Could have had the nade. And we'll see if the nade's important. Because sometimes a nade, it'll buy you some time. When you're running away, you could throw the nade. We know that there's loadouts here. He's getting beamed. This guy's dead. He's dead. There's no way he's going to survive this. Misavalas. The nade could have been cool. You could have bought yourself time to run up. Oh, this guy is aim. Did it? What happened with people's aim, bro? This game is literally aimbot if you're on controller. Maybe on their keyboard and mouse. And they actually have an aim for themselves. Holy, the guy, the Kimbo pistols or what? Yep. There's the perks. Nice. He goes, nope, nope. Somebody has a stronghold over there. It might have been this guy. That's why they were fighting. Still looting, still looting. Hasn't played it up. That's not a bug anymore. They fixed that. They haven't fixed a lot of the bugs though, right? But getting back to restrictiveness and movement, a lot of people talk about the slide cancel, right? Obviously, but one of the other issues is the vehicles. Like the vehicles, if you go back and you play Caldera, which is still available for a couple more weeks, you can actually see the difference in vehicles. And in the way they worked in Verdansk was still like way, way, way better, right? EBR is a pretty solid weapon. It just sucks as sniper ammo, or else, you know, it'd probably be more popular to kind of mess around with. All right, don't plate all the way. Ah, there we go. We get the other two plate. One more. He doesn't have plate all on, so he has to actually hold the button. You can actually change that in the settings to make it a little bit more easy. So that as soon as you do it, you can do that. And then if you want to cancel it, to cancel the plating animation, easiest is you can melee, and then that'll stop the animation. If you need to get into a fight or something like that. Because if you Y out of it, you'll end up swapping weapons. So you'd have to Y, which sometimes gets a little bit confusing because sometimes weapons are slower to swap than others. And then you put yourself in a situation where you have your long range out when you want your close and vice versa. So I don't know. It's just one of those things. That's just more the restrictiveness nature of the game. I think that's been a thing for a while though. So he's going to go over here and try and steal this. That was probably the guy he's going to probably try and regain. We'll see what kind of loadout this guy goes with, because the AK-74U is definitely serviceable. I think it's more of a versatile jack-of-all-trades style weapon. It's okay at long range, not good. It's okay at close range, not good. And then the medium range is okay. You know, it's okay pretty much everywhere. But, you know, hopefully, you know, when this new game comes out and we get some of these other changes, maybe we'll get a leaderboard that actually works. The leaderboard wasn't in the game for the first season and a half or so. And then when they added it, the stats didn't track from the original. So, like, most of my stats aren't even accurate, or almost anybody's. And then you also have the issue where they were bugged and it only counted deaths and not kills, and they're still bugged. So they're basically useless, right? Which kind of sucks, because I know some people are really into stats, myself included. I like looking at my numbers go up. Hey, you know what? I hit 5,000 kills. I hit 10,000 kills. I you know, got this KD or whatever the case is. The other part with the leaderboard stuff is that's all cool there. You know, maybe if we had API, then the websites would work. There was like 4 different websites you could use to track your stats before. They also had weapon data API, so we could see which attachments were more popular. Maybe there are some sleepers in the mix. We could see what the actual metas are with data versus kind of saying, oh, this is what most people are using. And it's really like hard to distinguish between low skilled, medium skilled, and high skill. Kind of have to guesstimate based off feel, because a high skilled player is loving the cast off 7.62 right now. An average to medium skilled player might not like that, and they're loving the M13. And maybe somebody doesn't like either of those. They're still using the Cronin. Or, you know, maybe you like the Lockmans. So it was nice to have that data. Hopefully that comes back with the next game. And I think this game has the perfect chance to be like the perfect storm, because Verdansk was a good map with good systems, right? They got better over time. Caldera was a bad map with good systems. So not good. You got to hit on both. It's like 1's a 0 and a 1. It multiplies it. It's a 0 at the end of the day. Al Mazrah, a good map, bad systems. So multiplied that out. It's a bad all overall. So hopefully, we're going to get new systems that are better than what we currently have. And then we're going to get a good map that is as good as what Al Mazrah is. And then that'll be like the perfect storm of, hey, yeah, we have a good system. Because there's so many other issues in the game right now, right? Like, and I hope they get solved, because the game is almost like, I watch other games like Apex or Fortnite, and they don't have near as many bugs as Call of Duty. I don't know how, even after all this time, we still have all kinds of insane bugs. There's inventory duplicating glitches where you can just duplicate items. That's kind of broken. There's a bug with the restock that you could just keep duplicating items with that as well. Reconnect feature is very broken, inconsistent. If it doesn't really work all that perfectly. Icons disappear on the map, whether it's loadouts and buy stations. That's not good. If you kill someone and then you down them and then they bleed out on their own, sometimes you won't get registered to kill. Like, so you're literally aren't getting the kills that you should be getting, which is kind of dumb. I don't really get that. How can that not be worked? People are dashboarding in rank. If you're on computer, you can do a thing where basically you close the app out. If your team is still alive, and it will count as a 0 instead of minus SR, which is crazy that that's not patched out. And that's been going on all season, so I don't know how that's working. That's why the SR, if you look at the top leaderboard, there's certain people at the top, it just keeps going up, and they never have like slow. There's even a new one that somebody was telling me while I was streaming on Twitch, and it basically, they were saying that you can farm unlimited number of wins by abusing the assimilation system and doing some kind of spectator bug. Not really sure how it works, but literally you can farm wins that way. And you farming wins that way means that somebody else is not getting the win they probably deserve. They're getting a second place instead of that first, which kind of sucks, especially if you're trying to go for a nuke streak, or you're just trying to get a first win or 10th win or whatever the number is. The lobbies don't even start off full, like, which, how is that even a thing? This lobby started with like 68 players out of 100, and ranked starts with 150. So it's like it literally started with less than half the player count that fits on this lobby. We started with the number of players that starts on Vondel on this solo match. Like, is the game that dead, or are you just like not trying hard enough to get the match, the matchmaking strict enough where it's kind of keeping people out? I don't know. That's crazy to me. To start a match with only 68 players, that's 30% less than you need. But yeah, like I said, we already kind of know a lot of the problems with this game. Like, look at, I mean, this guy has so much space to just move around, play slowly, not really do much. Like, what's going on? He's still loot gobbling. We got 21,000 literally at this point in the match. He does have restock. He could have better loadout guns potentially if he wanted. He could. What is he doing? Like that little jiggle? Is it keyboard and mouse, right? I don't think he like aim assisters do that type of thing that often. Maybe he's just, oh, you know what, I have spectators, let me look around. But this is a pretty slow pace. I don't know if this is what like the main audience the game was catered towards, but this is what the average player in the lobby is going to look like. I always bring this up because there's people in the comments saying, oh, I wish my lobbies were like this. If you die off a rip, you win your gulag, you splat into the ground, exactly like I do for all these spectating random videos, you're going to get these types of players that generally don't make it to endgame, right? If you're sweatier, you're going to run into more sweaty players because you're being aggro and loud, and the sweaty players run towards sweaty and loud. And this guy just minding his own business isn't going to really run into that many engagements. He might see 4 engagements an entire match. Generally, he's going to lose most of them. So they don't make it very far in the match. And that's just kind of how it goes. This guy is on a vehicle. That vehicle person probably has a UAV. There's somebody probably in that building. He drill charged it. You can hear the footsteps. They're fighting. So that guy and then the car probably has a UAV. So unless you have the Ghost, which I don't know if they do, or the Stealth Vest, which they don't, you're not going to be hidden. All right, just going to avoid it? All right. Oh, somebody's sniping at you. That's all we got. At least the slide did improve quite a bit. But I'm looking forward to the integration because obviously, you know, we're going to get the movement changes, which is cool. And I know some people are like unhappy about that, but just keep in mind, it just removes restrictions. And when you remove restrictions, that allows people to play however they want. So if you prefer to play a little bit slower like this guy, that's cool. You'll still be able to do that in the new game. If you want to play like a hardcore camper, ratting it up with claymores and prox mines and lock down a door with a shotgun, you'll still be able to do that. If you want to be a sweat, you'll still be able to do that. And that's the nice part about removing restrictions instead of putting restrictions on the player, is then you actually commit to what they said last year, where they were trying to make a game for all play styles. By removing restrictions, you allow for that. Yeah, so this guy is just chilling, pre-aiming. Hopefully the guy's going to come in. They obviously didn't use the vehicle. It's still at the edge of the map. Almost in the top 10 here. I'm really surprised this guy doesn't have like loadout guns to work with. It's kind of bizarre. But the most interesting change, I think, is going to be with the mini-map. Because the mini-map's going back to normal, where gunfire unsuppressed will pop up on the mini-map. That will definitely get the pace of Warzone just feeling a little bit faster. There was a streak right there. They just left it. He's just looting for XP, or what's going on? Popping all the chests just to... I don't understand this strategy. There's a self-revive or something. They don't have a self-revive? That could come in clutch. Guy needs a bigger mouse pad, that's for sure. You can see he makes jerk movements left and right. Yeah, he needs a bigger mouse pad, or if he only has a small mouse pad, then you got to up the DPI or the sense. Because it takes him 2 swipes to just change that small angle. I mean, hopefully they're pretty accurate. But yeah, that's kind of slow. And this is actually a new POI change, right? I wish they would have done more of these throughout the life cycle. I know that they're probably like super intensive to be able to change parts of the map. But I think these like really help out, especially this being a more center POI. Unlike in Verdansk, where they changed like the top left of the map, where you didn't really get to experience the changes all that much. The changes to downtown were more noticeable with the Nakatomi Tower, or Nakatomi, however you say it, that, you know, you could actually experience the map's changes. So I'm in favor of those types of things. Caldera, they did change peak, but it was like peak was the, well, I don't know what they were doing. So top 7, there's people fighting top and to the left, probably on that corner where the building is. At least that's where it sounds like the audio is coming from. The fire is a lot of crackling. It is kind of weird that they looted all that stuff, or didn't loot. They opened all those chests, but they left streaks, which streaks in this zone could be super powerful. There's a gas mask on the floor.
Gas is closing.
You're gonna have to wrap up. So a little bit of a loot issue on this guy is that they just left the gas mask right there. It's just on the floor. They clearly didn't see it. Gonna make a play. A gas mask would come in clutch here. He's gonna be able to get this one. Nice. This is the ISO. He did. Oh, man, to die like that, bro. What are we doing? Didn't care about a loadout. Open 45 chests. Could have picked up a streak, a self-revive, and a gas mask. He's laying prone, bro. Oh, the guy's in semi-auto or something, and he doesn't realize it? Oh, my God. We got all the action at the end. Got it played up. You got 2 more people to work with. Third party this. Oh, heartbeat sensor. Bro. We're using the... He's right there with the riot shield. Is that a riot shield? It's a 1v1. Ah, you might be dead. Oh, you stuck him. Oh, bro! That was like the craziest hand. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Appreciate all your support. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.